Yo, the majority of men will go through some sort of hair loss in their lifetime, but what's more staggering is that only 45% of women will actually make it through their entire life with a full head of hair. So before you spend any more money on hair care products or make that cheeky trip to Turkey for that hair transplant, stay tuned because I'm going to discuss 5 key vitamins that you need for healthy hair growth, but also the foods that you need to consume which encompass those vitamins. Fortunately for us, there's a variety of ways we can regenerate our hair, but it's a complex reason why our hair is actually falling out in the first place. It could be environmental, it could be hormonal, it could even be genetic. But on the other end of the scale, it could also be nutritional, and that's the main focus of this video is the vitamin deficiencies which is causing our hair loss, and what vitamins we need to consume and how to consume it to regenerate that hair. Let go. My issue wasn't the hair on my head because I got beautiful thick black hair. It's this beard that looks like I've just shaved my pubes and glued onto my face. What is this? Good thing I've got this little brush. Sort me out. Well, the first vitamin that we need in our system is vitamin C. There's been experimental evidence that suggests that oxidative stress actually has a major role in the aging process. So what we need to do is focus on that vitamin C consumption. Don't mind me, I'm just thoroughly combing my scraggly beard. With age, the production of free radicals increase and the amount of oxidative enzymes in the body which defends against the free radical decreases, which then inhibits your aging of your hair, aka grey hairs. We want to fight that free radical damage and we want our hair to grow nice and luscious. But how we do that is we need to consume vitamin C rich foods, which include oranges, grapefruit, kiwi, sprouts, broccoli, kale and bell peppers. Hair follicles are highly sensitive to hormones, and vitamin D is a hormone that plays an important part for immune regulation and cell growth. So it's common to see in patients with alopecia will also have vitamin D deficiency. Research suggests that insignificant levels of vitamin D is actually linked to autoimmune diseases, and we all know I've got Crohn's disease, but in this case we're talking about alopecia. There was a cross-sectional study with 86 patients with alopecia, 44 patients with vitiligo and 58 which were completely healthy, and the conclusion was, out of all of these patients, the vast majority of the alopecia patients were significantly lower in vitamin D. So after this study was concluded, they were treated with vitamin D and there were significant increases in their hair growth. We want to stimulate that hair growth and we want to get that vitamin D all in our body. I've done a video previously where I've gone into detail about vitamin D and the benefits, and you can click the link below in the description or I'll leave a link in the top corner. But on top of that, you can also get vitamin D in very, very small doses through your diet, and more specifically you can get it through portobello mushrooms and egg yolks. But let's be real, get yourself some sunlight because it's the best way you're going to get your vitamin D. I'm done pissing around with my hair in the bathroom. Ooh, look at this beautiful black thick hair. And it brings me on to the next vitamin, which is the third one, and it's a, well, I say vitamin, it's a vitamins because it's the B vitamin complex, which is biotin and vitamin B5. So these have been used as an alternative hair loss treatment for decades, and with biotin, it benefits your hair from damaged shingles, which could be caused from over shampooing, straightening your hair and even blow drying. But we've got vitamin B5 on the other hand, which supports your adrenal glands, which then stimulates your hair growth. It comes as no surprise that the major sign of biotin deficiency is hair loss. But biotin deficiency can be caused by smoking, impaired liver function and even pregnancy. Following on from the latter, research actually shows that women during pregnancy actually suffer from biotin deficiency, and that's because of the dividing cells that is happening rapidly, which is needed to develop the fetus, which obviously requires biotin, hence the biotin deficiency during pregnancy. Before I even get to how you can reverse your hair loss and stimulate that hair growth, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because it really helps that YouTube algorithm. Hit that subscribe button because I'm trying to get to 200 subscribers, so help me out, man. Help me out! 200 at least, come on. And more importantly actually is If you tried any hair loss remedies before, natural ones that is, I'll be intrigued to know, so leave that in the comment section below. So what we want to do to reverse and stimulate that hair growth is by consuming biotin and B5 rich foods, which are avocados, organic eggs, legumes, nuts and potatoes. Simple. As well as the vitamin D video that I've already made, which is dedicated to vitamin D, I've also done another video which is specifically dedicated to iron, which I'll leave a link in the description below and in the top corner as well. So which brings me on to the fourth vitamin that you need in your body. Well, this is more of a mineral, is iron. Because there's been several studies that have been conducted over the years that clearly show there's a correlation between iron deficiency and hair loss. Researchers at the Tura University of Medical Sciences in Iran did a study on 9 patients that actually suffered from iron deficiency anemia, and it turned out that 8 of those 9 actually suffered from hair loss. But on top of that, it was clear that the ferritin levels were extremely low in comparison to. And what's more worrying is that it's statistically known that women are actually a higher risk of hair loss due to the iron deficiency anemia. So what we want to do is boost. We want to boost those iron levels. Well, like I said earlier, I've already done a video dedicated to iron deficiency anemia and how you can boost your iron. But for the benefits of the people who are not going to even click on that link or not even seen that video, but you should click on it anyway, is that you want to boost your iron levels by consuming iron rich foods, which is like green leafy vegetables, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, but also you want to have food from the squash family, pumpkin seeds, acorn squash, butternut squash, and my personal favourite, which is the herb, my go-to herb, which I'm sat right next to, is sarsaparilla. I make this into a tea, which is the purest form of iron in any plant on the planet. So sarsaparilla is a great source to boost your iron levels. Well, what's the next mineral or vitamin that we need to consume? Well, simple answer is zinc. Zinc's been used for decades to treat hair loss. The good thing about zinc is a potent inhibitor to hair follicle regression, and it accelerates the hair follicle recovery. Again, with all of the stuff that I mentioned today and all the vitamins and the minerals, they've all had studies to prove all of these cases, and zinc's no exception. There's again studies that show that people who are deficient in zinc also contribute to the hair loss. So what we want to do is we want to get some zinc. So again, zinc rich foods is what we want in our diet, and they include pumpkin seeds, cashew nuts, chickpeas, mushroom, kefir and spinach, and some of these you get it from your iron as well. So there's some crossovers with the foods, which is probably makes all our lives easier instead of eating so many different types of foods when there's crossovers. And say kale, for example, is a good source of zinc and iron. To stand a fighting chance against your hair loss and stimulate that hair growth, because we want nice long luscious hair, we don't want any bald spots or thinning hair. And to battle that, what you need to do is basically subscribe to this channel, All My Friends Are Eggs, give it a like, but also you want to consume all of these foods that I've discussed in this video together. It's not just one of these vitamins that contribute to the hair loss, it's a culmination of everything ultimately. And what we want to do is to have that fighting chances. We want to eat everything that I've discussed. The quicker we eat them, the quicker the hair grows, and everyone's happy, including myself, because look at this.